Hey guys, another double round week is coming, but let's see the agenda for today. We have the ups and downs of round 3, our team results, the coach of the week, and the new team formation. But let's start with the ups and downs.
A lot of new names in the ups and downs. Horton Tucker is doing quite well, and he's increasing his value now with 22 fantasy points on the previous game and zero point 0.4 more fantasy points. Francisco coming from an sensational game, so he's a great pick also for this double round week. And then we have Moore having a great start with Valencia. Perhaps we need to see that stability, staying above the 15 fantasy points, but as of now is a very good choice under 12 credits. Similarly, Thompson under 12 credits. He has been very consistent this year and seems this is the comeback year for Thompson. I mean, hopefully, but the first signs is that he's leading Valencia in pretty much most categories. Very good all-around game from him. And then we finish here with Dorsey with just 9.5 credits. Great start of the year. He is the main guard for Olympiacos. He's getting the most minutes, so he's the starting shooting guard. So we also keep an eye on him. I think is a very good option. And then we finish with another cheap option that did quite well, is Obst. And it's good here to mention that we just had injury with Jovic in Bayern, so he may get a little bit more minutes as a result of this. Now on the bottom we have the cards that lost most of the value on last round. I think it's good to keep an eye, especially on the 3 on the bottom. As they're getting cheaper, there might be a good bargain, or if you have some good matchups, it could be a good possibility of having a comeback game. So in a forward position, we can see on the top Vezenkov and Moneke. There is not a lot to comment. We think they will continue to give a lot of credits back, but it's a high cost to pay if you don't have them already in your team. And then on the bottom we see Da Silva and Giffey. These could be very good choices if you want to fill your team, your last forward position under 6.5 credits. Very decent selections. The playing time is usually around 15 minutes, so if they're on a good day they could actually give you quite a lot back. Nothing major to see on the forwards that they're losing credit. I mean, looking at that, Biberovic, we know due to the nature of his position and the way he plays, he's taking quite a lot of shots. He will have many games that will not, have a lot of fantasy impact, but in contrary, there'll be a couple of games that he may explode. So all of this, nothing major there. So let's move to center position. Motejuna straight away into Cervena Zvezda. A great game as an opening game, also helped to have a great win away from home. But I think before we jump into conclusions and think that we found the best option at 7.3, we need to see how he actually, do in this double round week, and then we can reevaluate. So from this list, on the top performing ones, I think Milutinov is the hot name. He continues to produce, and he only played 20 minutes in the last game, but he managed to have an input of 27.5 fantasy points. So we really like him at this point. On the bottom, there is perhaps a good offer on Pradilla. He had a great game in the Spanish league, scoring in ACB, scoring 22 points. Hopefully, with just 9.9 points, he can return anything above 10 fantasy points easily. And who knows, he may even explode and have that 20 plus game. We'll see. So that concludes the most notable changes in credits during round 3. So let's move on then to our results.
And as you see in our results, it was not a good round for us, mainly because of the head coach with minus 10 points, and also due to the fact that we didn't want to risk. We didn't took the risk to change captain after turn 1. That the two had 42 points, fantasy points as a captain, and we didn't change to Forest for round 2 and Vajenko for round 3. So as you see, that cost us in the total fantasy points. On the positive side, we gained 2 credits. That's more or less most of the Euroleague Fantasy guys got 2 credits, but I have to point out that Jackson from the bench gave us 7.5 fantasy points, so he had the 15 fantasy points game, and with just 4 credits, he was just a filler for our team, but he turned out to give us something big in return. Other than that, as you see, Osmani kept his good performances, 18 fantasy points. Hamidou Diallo as well with 16. Forrest the same, and Wright with 15.4 fantasy points. But we had to, you will see our team formation later on. We made some changes. We'll see if some big names are moved or not. Bill, do you want to comment?
Yeah, I think the fact that we were more defensive on not taking the risk to change captain, that cost us about 16 points. The actual difference for us was coach, and I think we had the golden rule never to choose a coach playing on a derby, and we didn't follow that. We even gave 2 other options for coaches on our last episode that they both came through, but we I don't know, for some reason we chose the wrong one, and that makes a big difference because having a coach plus 10 or plus 20 versus minus 10 is a difference of 30 or 40 points, depending the situation. So yeah, let's see now. That gets me, I think it's a good getaway to see what's the coach of the week. So double round week, and we are choosing Saras. So as Fenerbahce, they're having 2 games at home after losing last one for Crvena Zvezda at home. So it is crucial for them to win. Again, it's not derby here. So first one is versus Dubai, and second one is versus Bayern. Both difficult games, but within grasp, we know Fener is really good at home, and they have also the help of the crowd, so they should be the strong side there. And honestly, 8.2 credits are not too expensive at this point, so we think it's a very decent solution for everyone this double round week.
Yeah, and with that said, let's see our team formation. As you see, we brought in Milutinov. It was one of the players that we were locked in to bring to our team to continue this. We had Oturu and Wright, but we want to build in 2 good centers. So what's best? Bringing Milutinov. He's in great form, and then we had to make some sacrifices. We had to move Hamidou Diallo despite his very good performances for Baskonia. We wanted to go with Luvavu Cabarro. He's also very good, and in ACB he had a very good game versus Real Madrid. and he had 22 points. I think he scored 22 points, and he's very consistent this year. So we wanted to bring Lovavo Cambaro and with Dorsey at guard, another Olympiacos player, but he is a key component for the team in the starting of this season. So as you see, we had to sacrifice Diallo, as I said, and Raythan Mays goes out, and Yasikevich is our coach instead of Coach Itudis. As you see, we go with Bezhenkov as a captain for turn one, and if not, then we will choose between Otur and Luvavu Cabarro. I think Otur will be our captain for turn two. But as you see, this team has more depth with Luvavu Cabarro, Delarea from the bench for turn two. Jackson remained after his impressive performance, and Paladin is just a filler for the team. Bill, do you want to comment about the new team?
This is Vezenkov team. Obviously, he requested us to bring both Olympiacos players here, so Milutinov and Dorsey. But we were thinking, to be honest, next round as well, and the matchup Dorsey has versus Maccabi is quite good. So no matter how he, what game he has, what kind of game he has versus FS, we want to keep him. And we may have a surprise between the two rounds because we are thinking about creating a more all-around team. So maybe we do the most crazy thing of compensating Vezenko for other players. We shall see. Stay tuned. And of course, you can see our recommendations per position for both of the rounds in Real Hoopers Hub website that we have on the description, the link, and there you can also see the leagues leaders for our fantasy league.
Yeah, guys, enjoy another exciting double round week.
See ya.